hate puppies. It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
I'm in Boston.
That was my stew.
Is that where he is this week?
Yeah, he was taking pictures outside of the Cheers establishment.
I thought he was going to London. Has he not done that trip yet?
No. London by way of Boston.
Oh, okay.
Very important that he gets to see everything.
That dude.
He's not going to leave a square inch untouched.
Nah, he'll be in Sheboygan in a month.
Not hyperbole when I say he's been on more vacations in the past month than I've been on in years.
It is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I will give him that.
COVID didn't slow him down.
No. Slowed down everyone else in his family.
Yeah.
Somehow he was just like, I avoided it by going to New Delhi.
I left you alone.
It could never catch me.
Exactly. Hey, did you just sniffle? Going to Honolulu.
See you later, loser.
You sound sick.
Yep.
Call your mother.
Calling people from the airport. I was going to come home, but you know what? You guys sound a little under the weather.
They got all these planes here. It's
Yeah.
a shame not to use them.
Yeah. Oh, you know where they don't have it? Florida. See you later. I'm out. Good for you, Stu. Way to dodge it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and talking about Stu.
Content that you really come here for.
right.
Yeah, and helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend. This beer this week, I am very interested to see what we're dealing with. Did you happen to see what's in the cooler? Okay.
I did not. We are, by vote, the number one stew podcast in the RVA area.
Actually, Stu told me there's another one that was making fun of him. And people liked the cut of their jib better.
Oh.
And we have been moved to 2.
Oh,
So
man.
can we collab with him? I'm
Yeah, we'll
sure we
have
could
to
share some
double
ideas.
down.
Back to sports. Emily Engstler, the forward from Louisville, was just picked up 4th pick in the WNBA draft. What do you guys think?
Great
Is that
move.
going to help the Washington people? I don't know what they're mystics.
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
One can only hope.
We'll have to wait and find out.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
This
Did
season.
you buy your season tickets yet?
The beautiful game.
Usually I just scout. I like to save a little bit of money, so I show up right before tip
That's
off.
a gamble.
Well, they pay you then to go in.
It is a bit of a gamble. You
Yeah,
never know.
you don't know.
You don't know if you're going to get first or second row. You hate to
You don't
find
know-
out that
you
you're
don't
going
know
to.
how far under market value you're going to be able to get those tickets.
I mean, it just sucked. You're like, second row?
Yeah,
Second row? Now I'm going to miss that layup.
that's right. We play below the rim.
That's right.
My oldest son did ask me the other day. He was like, "Dad, do they ever dunk?" I think we were watching the women's college national.
Wasn't it
team.
Brittany Griner that could dunk?
A couple of I said there's been a couple dunks.
No, sick dunks.
They're dunks like if you ever knew someone in 10th grade that could dunk. Like it's that dunk.
Yeah.
Like they could get the ball up above the rim and put it in the rim.
That's what I'm talking about. And when they go up, they yell reverse or windmill, and then that counts. That counts.
Oh yeah, whatever they call out, they get
Exactly.
Yeah.
Through the leg, dunk, reverse. Off the backboard, oh, dunk.
I like the ones in the WNBA where like it's the end of the game and like they just clear the lane. Like there's no defense. They're like, go up for the dunk. They're like, yeah, sick.
Yeah. Layup.
Hot dogs for everybody.
Yeah. If we get 6 layups this quarter, everybody gets a taco.
Why do we go down this?
Because I'm literally watching the
Number one
WNBA
sports
draft up
podcast
here.
in Richmond.
I'm missing it because my back's to the television.
Yeah,
You'll
man.
have to keep me in the loop, please.
That's rough. Now you don't even know where Naira Sabali went. I do. New York.
Well, I mean, I had her going there, but
Yeah, your mock draft.
yeah, my mock draft had that.
Yeah. That was a good prediction on your part.
Long way from Oregon.
You were saying that.
So I was saying, I was like, I don't know if she's gonna translate there
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
You know, good luck fishing. Oh, they're on the water. I guess you
Yeah.
could do some fishing.
I don't think you want to do any fishing
I
in
don't
the
think-
waters
yeah,
of
the
New York
East
City.
Hudson.
It's the good stuff. Ooh, I got another needle.
Ooh, this is the third body I've caught today.
Off the sports.
We got to go all in on sports, and no one.
We're committing to it.
Dude, all anybody wants to hear
All
about
right, well, I
is
got a legitimate sports question for you.
Oh, crap. Well, okay.
How much did you put on the Cubs this year?
Oh yeah, what's the over under?
What makes you think that I would have placed a futures bet on the Cubs?
I put one on the Sox.
It was yeah, but the Sox paid out like 500.
Yeah.
Wasn't that right?
Yeah.
If I put a $10 bet on the Cubs and it'll pay me $1,300.
I don't see why you didn't.
To win it all?
Of course, to win it all.
Yeah.
I don't want second
I'm not
place.
putting it in for to win in the division.
Like the Bulls. You always do the Bulls. Which congratulations,
It
you
hit, but it took the whole season.
Did it? Did it come down the last game?
They got 46 wins after last night at the final game of the season, and they needed 43 and a half.
Wow. So they need 44. So you had 2 games to
I had 2 games to spare, and after the first 30 games, I already had half. I had
Yeah,
23 of them under
Really
my belt.
coasted
Yeah,
on the
I was-
second half.
I was like, man, I got this locked up. I was over there just cashing out.
Isn't it crazy how good they are at predicting those over on? Like they literally do 42 and a half, and the team will either get
Within 3 or 4 games.
41 or 44. Like it's
right in there.
yeah.
Yeah, I got big money on that one, but the Cubs, they don't look so great. So yeah, I put 10. But when I saw that 10 would get me 1,300, I was like,
Why not?
That's the fun bet. Those
Oh,
are always
yeah.
the fun bet.
Yeah, I just put 5 on the Sox. Just
but that's
see what
probably
happens.
paying you like $50 or something.
No, I think it was a little bit more than that. It was plus 550 on it. So no, so I guess it was 250.
Oh, is he going to give you 250 though?
Yeah.
That's sweet. I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah,
Now you did the White Sox or the Red Sox?
Red Sox.
Oh, okay, I was thinking White Sox. White Sox
Yeah, sorry.
actually
Yeah, they'll be
their
good.
odds aren't really high.
No.
They're like favored.
Yeah, I think they'll probably end up winning that division. Them or the Twins, maybe.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
would
wait.
gladly place a low bet to win tenfold than take the favorite to win less. It's just that's no fun.
If after this show you want to go into my app and pay a little $5 or $10 at a team and take a run at
Might
some
do
big
that.
money, I'll
Might do
be
that.
glad to place a bet for you because I'm
Cool.
flush with cash.
all that Bulls money.
That Bulls money, man, because I had to put 100 down, then I won 100, so 200 just went back in my account. For me,
Yeah.
that's big money when you're placing $5 to $20 bets.
Yeah.
I just got 10 big bets.
Nice.
Yeah, just awesome.
Rolling it.
Just awesome.
Baller lifestyle.
That's right. Of course, lost the Arizona bet that I placed in the March Madness. Did manage to come into. Ooh, who is Lexi Hall? I am an Indiana guy. What just happened here? She does not fit my prototypical mold. Okay, I'm just going to leave it alone.
Do we need to change that channel or have you and Troy swap? Which do we need?
I don't know, but Lexi Hall, sweet jump shot.
I see you.
Oh, dude. If I woke up and was like body swapped with her, I wouldn't be pissed.
Guard out of Stanford.
She's sick
Yeah. Scholar Athlete of the Year, Pac-12.
and smart.
Yeah.
6-inch vertical. Shit.
Holy cow.
That's all I'm saying, dude. She is a smoke show. I didn't expect that.
6'1".
I got that Indiana fever, which is the name of the team
Yes,
she's on now.
yeah.
So you get that.
You gotta let the listeners know.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think we have a huge WNBA fan base.
We do now.
I did not know they had
Richmond's
a team. And
number
I didn't know
one-
they were called the Fever.
Somewhere Boo Boo's like, finally.
Yeah.
Been waiting for you guys to talk about this.
Yes, everybody has. Everybody has. And we're doing it. Fulfilling our obligation.
Much to everyone's excitement.
Nobody's happy about that.
Look up Lexi Hall.
Look up Lexi Hall. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, I think Indiana tickets just went up tenfold. So that's 10.
Whole jerseys will be a favorite.
I can't believe it took till the 6th pick. It's crazy. My team would just be stacked with like Laker girls who can't shoot. You know, like,
Marketing. You beat marketing.
They lost again. Still sold out.
Best looking team in the league.
That's subjective, but it's true.
Why they? I didn't know basketball players wore volleyball shorts when they play. That's a new theme we're trying out here in Indiana.
That's right. Get that fever. So last week we had the week off, which was nice. We still put an episode out, as everybody should have figured out by now.
Pre-recorded.
You could hear the sound quality difference. My God.
Yeah.
This board is so much better. It was crazy.
You could almost hear as much Ely in that episode as this one.
Ely didn't have a lot to say,
He
did he?
not.
That was shocking.
It was crazy quiet. I think 15 minutes in, we mentioned food, and he spoke up pretty adamantly about something for a few minutes, and then it was back quiet the whole time.
Back to quiet.
Yep.
That's right.
He's just vibing.
He was just sitting right there in that chair looking. I don't know what was on, but he was into whatever was on behind me. Just looking over my shoulder the whole time.
It was the WNBA mock draft.
Oh, yeah.
Which is almost as exciting as the draft, but not quite.
Yeah.
You know? Mel
But
Kiper only gets you so far.
Yeah. But it starts to get you going down that road.
Oh, yeah. Get them juices flowing, if you will.
Yeah.
What?
Just one off of this topic.
I'm having a hard time.
I can tell.
I got to not watch this.
Yeah.
All right. So this past week. Oh, excuse me. Got sidetracked there for a second, too. So this past week, I went on spring break.
Yeah. You came back fully adorned in shells.
Yeah, new necklace, I see.
Oh, yeah. Am I still wearing this old thing? You don't often see a shell necklace that's a full twirly.
Yeah.
that what they're
no
called?
scientific name there.
I don't think that's the scientific name. I did have a placemat that had all the shells, and I had it in my golf cart. And every morning I'd be looking at it. Oh man, I got a spiny jewel box. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Which I was calling spiky Mikeys.
Yeah.
Turns out they're spiny jewel boxes.
You weren't far off.
Got like 3 of them.
Nice.
No big deal.
No big
I would
deal.
say that what you have on is probably a sharp rib drill, would be my guess.
Telling him like he doesn't know. Come on.
You're so
I
dumb.
remember my first time.
That's just sad. But that's cool. At least you're trying.
Yeah. I don't see a spiky jewel box on here.
Well,
I'll have to look for it.
I would just Google spiky jewel box.
Let's see what we get.
You'll see why I call it the spiky Mikey. Looks kind of like a spiky Mikey to me.
Yeah, totally.
You saw it now? Yeah, it looks like a spiky Mikey. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It looks like something you would see on like a pagan warrior in sometime BC
Nice.
on their helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went down to...
Brendan was Marco Poloing me videos of just a table the size of this bar full of shells and was so proud of himself.
I don't know how many times I used Lee's line. I just kept being like, I am about that life. Every day I would bring people out. I'd come back after my coffee, more shells. Like, just about that life. That's how I roll.
I'm so glad.
I said it every day 12 times. I'm about that life.
So that's why Corey hates me now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, so we went down there. We went to North Captiva Island, or as the locals often call it, Upper Captiva Island.
Oh, really?
I learned that this
Interesting.
week. Yes, yeah.
And, you are a local.
I'm pretty local. I did have a local be like, I see that shell necklace. So she told the Duke and I that we were locals now.
Do a lot of people live on that island? Obviously, it's a tourist destination.
Lots of convicts, probably. People running from the law.
That's not far off from what I saw, dude.
there has to be people live there that like work there, right?
There's a few but it's expensive to live there, so they had to get in early.
Yeah.
Like back before the meth addiction really set in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Where it really got its teeth in the community.
Yeah. My gal Gemma. Boy. Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back. So My wife and my daughters and the Duke's wife all decided to fly.
Yes.
And
The Duke has 2 teenage boys, and you have 2 preteen girls.
correct.
And all the girls decided to fly together, and all the boys decided to drive together.
And we had the brilliant plan of we were just going to roll out at 6:30 in the morning. So I set my alarm for 6. What do you think happened, Troy?
Knowing you weren't up anywhere near 6:30 in the morning.
That everybody else had lunch before you.
Yeah.
Wild guess. Eerily accurate.
On the other side of that coin, I could see you being so excited that you'd were up really early and ready to go.
Or he just stayed up from
Or
the night
stayed up-
before.
yes.
And it's like
No.
3 a.m. Might as well stay
Yeah,
awake
let's
now.
just start driving now.
Dude.
Let me hit the Duke up, throw the boys in the car, let's go.
I set my alarm, set it, was so excited I had a hard time falling asleep, but I'm like, I got this, you know. I've got my alarm set for 6.
Were you all packed and everything?
I was packed 2 days early.
Yeah.
2 days before everything was packed.
What day were y'all leaving on? Saturday?
Friday morning,
Friday
we
morning.
decided, because what we decided to do was drive. We were going to go to Tampa. Turns out Tampa's got to be one of the most expensive places in the world. But we were like, we're going to party in Tampa. Dude, hotel rooms, like at the Holiday Inn, were like $400 a night. We needed 2 rooms.
Yeah.
So I'm like, $800 to literally pass out? I was like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah. Oh, and
So
that's
then-
not including all the other money you'll spend while you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I
For the
started looking at
aforementioned
like,
partying.
Yeah.
well, then I found like a VRBO. And then right before I was about to book it, I like figured out where it was. And I started doing like some Google street searches. And like half a block away is the first guy I see peeing on a building.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh man, this area is not great. Then I found the abandoned buildings. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I can't bring his kids in there. You know,
Life lessons.
I think the Duke and I could have pulled it off,
Yeah.
but I don't want to bring young kids in there. So we ended up shifting gears and went to some place little outside of Orlando, Davenport. Oh yeah, Davenport, the best.
Nice.
Turns out we got a place for like $300. There was a sweet house, perfect, right by a really cool restaurant. We just perfect landing spot.
Yeah.
So we get in there Friday and we're like, all right, pass out. We'll finish the journey. Another
Okay.
3
back it
hours.
up. What time did you leave Friday morning? Because you had said 6 o'clock.
6:45
Okay.
because my alarm went off. I never woke up. My daughter came over and was like, hey, the Duke's in the driveway.
Nice.
And I'm like, why is he here so early? I
Yeah.
looked at and it was 6:35. I was like, oh crap. I literally jumped in the shower, showered up, and just dragged my stuff out. He was making fun the night before. He's like, look how packed we are. He's like, remember when we used to like go away on a guy's weekend and just be a garbage bag full of crap?
Yeah.
I ran out with a garbage bag full of crap because I didn't have time to. I was like, here it is. I had my luggage that I'd packed, but my wife was taking my stuff in a carry-on on the plane. I was taking her stuff because she had a much larger bag, so that
Yeah.
way she wouldn't have to check.
You should have taken all the stuff.
Well,
Or
we
did you not
did.
have room?
Well, you have to take ferries over.
Yeah.
And there's limited amounts of room on the ferry that you can. So we had like.
Because when you ferry, you ferry yourself, not the car.
Correct. There's no cars
Yeah.
over there. So we took all the big stuff and then gave all the girls was like, bring a carry-on. But my wife and I had the brilliant idea to swap them. That way she could have my little bag
I can see where this is going.
and I could have her big bag. So the next morning, we're in Orlando or outside of Orlando. We hit the road and they're like,
So were you not going to have any stuff while you stayed the night?
that's why the garbage bag
Oh, okay.
was my
Secondary.
one pair of underwear.
So you're scheduled to get down to the island Saturday morning, midday.
3:00 is when my ferry
Okay.
was supposed to get there. And,
And when are the girls supposed to get there?
they're going to leave at like 6 a.m.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, just to get to the airport, catch a flight, unbeknownst to me, to New York.
That always drives me insane.
Yes, to go south, go north a little. So they flew north, and they were supposed to take a ferry over at 7:00. They would have been there right in time for us to catch a sunset.
So they were supposed to be there 4 hours after y'all, in theory.
Yeah, and I was going to leave 24 hours before that.
Yeah.
And I guess some huge storm just sat over Florida and just completely humped everything. Like
Yeah.
every flight was canceled. They made it as far as New York. Found out there. Then they sat there, delayed, sat in the airport for hours. Met Ja Rule. That's
Silver linings.
Yeah, silver linings. That was the last happy photo I saw. My wife with the mimosa and Ja Rule next to her. She's like, yeah, I met Ja Rule. I'm like, that's awesome. And then the next text, delayed. Finally, hours later, canceled. Frantic trying to find another flight. Score another flight out of a different airport. Oh, jump in a cab, race across New York from LaGuardia to JFK. Get to JFK, wait for that flight. They don't cancel that until like 10 o'clock that night. God. So they sat in the airport that long. Then ended up having to, fortunately, had like a family. The Duke's wife had family there. Went over to her house. So now like we've been there since about 12:30 because we actually got to the marina early because we were so close. We're 3 hours early and I just was like, let's just stand by the slip.
Yeah.
Some dude jumps out and is like, you guys need a ride? And we're like, yeah, we're at 3 o'clock. He was like, I have time to get you now. Let me take you off my list.
Hell yes.
I was over there by 12:30.
I love showing up places early. Like whenever you have a hotel room, just show up early because you never know.
Absolutely.
What they can tell you? We're not ready. You go, okay, then I'll come back when I show.
They'll even move you up to like the top of the
Exactly,
list
yeah.
probably. Hey man, Mr. He's here. We gotta clean that room up.
Yeah, that's what, so I said, just get us over there. I'm like, let's just go stand by it. And sure enough, the dude was like, perfect. I'm here. You're here. Let's roll. Took us over. So we got there 3 hours late.
How long's
or
the
3
ferry-
hours early?
How long's the ferry ride across the water?
Under 30 minutes.
Nice.
Not horrible.
Nice little boat taking you back and forth.
Yeah, because we were on the private ferry. It turned out to be brilliant because that ended up saving our ass considering we were with the only company that could offer 24 hours. Everyone else is like,
After 10 o'clock or whatever.
after like 5 o'clock, they're done.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
And so originally that's what hosed us. They were getting in late. So I was like, all right, we'll take the private ferry for them. And then I was like, well, now I want to take the fucking private ferry. I don't want to do the cattle call, which bought me 3 hours.
Yeah.
So that was good. Their flight got delayed.
Is it a flat fee for the week or is it a fee every time you use it?
Depends on if you're in between operating hours
Yeah.
or if you're coming in the middle of the night because
A wee bit extra, maybe?
a wee bit extra. And by wee bit, I mean double.
Yeah.
And the girl's next flight got canceled, so I had to call the captain that I'd had on call, who was going to drive him over at like 2 a.m. He was
From the rescheduled late flight.
yes,
Yeah.
and then it kept getting delayed. Eventually, it looked like 4 a.m, and so when 10 o'clock rolled around and it got canceled, he was pretty grateful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I called him up. I was like, "You're off the hook." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for that." You could hear just big smile.
Meanwhile, he's like, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the next day, I'm back in.
Call up the strippers. Wait, what was that, sir?
Next morning, I'm back in boats and hose. Like,
Body
all right,
shots.
we got it. I got to get you on it. Got to get you to pick these girls up another time. So then they're
So
flight-
now Sunday morning.
yeah. So they missed Saturday.
Yeah.
Now Sunday morning, they can't get a flight out till 6:45 that night.
Ooh.
So they ended up coming over at 1 a.m. So now I'm paying top dollar. So they get there at 1 a.m. Now we did our best.
So they're there Monday morning, literally, is when they're showing up.
Yeah. They missed
Wow.
2 days of
Having
vacation.
left here early Saturday morning.
Correct.
Yeah.
Got here at 1 a.m.
It
Monday.
was almost 48. It was over 36 hours of traveling.
It was brutal.
Jeez.
It was brutal. So they were super psyched
Yeah.
Where'd they stay the night Saturday night?
over at this lady's house we know in New York.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So they saved some money there, but spent a fortune in the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Plus cabin in and out.
Cabin in and out, all those things. Plus now I'm paying double for the ferries. I mean, everything just kept adding up. I was like, damn, dude. But we got there early. We were having a good time, but we couldn't let on that we were having a good time.
trip.
Dude, it was a guy's trip. Like I was up, like I got a new favorite rapper, J. Cole. J. Cole's my guy.
All right.
Love J. Cole now because I'm sitting up with a 16-year-old all night long rap battling. Well, how I rap battle.
Yeah.
Over a Bluetooth, not me like, all right, give me a beat.
Actually spit.
Yeah, I don't spit.
Oh, you're not about that life.
I'm about that life. I'm just not very good at that life.
He's just now getting into that
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Dipping the toe in that life.
That's right. That's right. My grills are Invisalign.
Yeah.
There's never been a
Why doesn't Invisalign have like?
Oh, that would be genius, right?
I mean, you got to do if you're doing the Invisalign thing. I get the point of it is to be invisible, but like,
Yeah, but not maybe
You
I
could
guess
like
just
that's
do
a market
a
that
platinum
could get into.
one, or like
Absolutely.
even colored ones, like
Yeah,
for like
gold, who
Halloween
cares?
or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Because like kids do that. Like every time my kids with their braces, they get different colors, whatever
Yeah.
team they're playing on
Yeah.
or whatever. You know, they're like, hey,
maybe we got to start this Gorilla
All right.
line.
Mr.
My,
Align, give us a call
my
and we'll get this set up.
my youngest son has braces and they're bright blue and yellow, and I was like, why? He's like, oh, that's my dive team colors. I was like, well, there you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't let on we were having fun.
Sure.
You know, every time I talked to them, very disappointed. Never wanted to mention the fact that
The house was awesome.
house was dope, that this place was sick. So we picked them up one
We're
in the
just sitting here in
morning.
a prayer circle, holding hands,
Yeah.
lighting
We haven't
sage.
cracked a single beer. We're
No.
waiting for you to
Yeah.
come celebrate with us.
We did have like $1,200 worth of food in the house, and like the Duke and I are like, well, what do we eat? Because that's for like taco night, that's for burger night.
Oh yeah.
And all that got pushed back.
Yeah, so we were like, we're gonna be eating at home. Like, what if we eat the wrong thing? So he and I are eating eggs,
Yeah.
just cracking down eggs. It wasn't until the next day when the 16-year-old was like, "You simps need to just
Crow
like,
bear.
Yeah, he was like, "Eat." Like he pops open like the Chex Mix. I'm like, I like this kid's attitude, like, getting after it.
Yeah, but it's his mom, not his wife. He has to worry
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
His mom will be like, "Of course, baby, eat whatever you want. It's all for you." As she's turning and yelling at the two of you, what were you thinking?
How dare you?
Yeah.
I bought those Chex Mix
I'm sitting
specifically
in an
for this.
airport, can't get a flight down here, and you're eating all my Chex Mix.
I think what set us off is there was some fried chicken there, and when we were talking to her, we were like, "Yeah, we're eating some fried chicken." She was like, I wanted fried chicken.
Yeah.
Don't eat all the fried chicken." And so that's all she said. Don't eat all the fried chicken.
Sounds like you're going to get some pollo.
And that was enough for us just to go, back it up.
Back away slowly.
Egg comes before the chicken. We learned. So, but that island, man,
Y'all
it's
need,
sick.
y'all need more mayonnaise sandwiches? I got you.
We got this. That's
You
right.
want mustard this time or mayo?
Yeah, that was a little rough. So we did everything in our power at that point. Like,
How awesome was it without the girls there for a day and a half, though?
I mean, it was sick.
Just the two dads and two 16-year-old, like, they're both, like, right around 16, right? Like, that's like a fun, cool age to have a couple boys.
And we've got 2 premium golf carts.
Yeah.
That they can drive. So now they're free. In fact,
You don't have to worry about them at all.
there's no place that I would rather be if I was 16 years old than that island, because everybody who's in that little age group, their parents have purchased a golf cart
Yeah.
for the week. It's the only way to get around, and they can drive them.
They can just
And so
leave
when
you alone.
when the sun goes
Yep.
down, it's just swarms of like teenage girls and teenage boys out tearing it up on golf carts, running into each other over by the water, out by the airstrip. And then all it is a million little places you could cut away and do whatever you want. Like
Yeah.
heaven on earth, man, for a teenager.
Sounds like it.
There is no doubt about that. I just kept thinking, and I often think I wish I was 16, but I was like, damn, like these kids have it going on.
Yeah.
They were loving it.
Like you said, to be like that, far out, excluded off the grid, to be able to have those kind of just freedoms.
Yeah,
That's
and-
nice as hell at that
I mean,
age.
you have that, like, in every campground you ever go to, but it's not so private like that. Like,
It's not
where you
like
were
this,
just-
yeah. Because everything's got mangroves between it or palm trees, and everything feels very secluded.
Yeah.
And so
Probably not a heavy police presence on the island.
there's zero
Oh, really?
police presence on the island.
Wow.
So I mean, there's a fire department.
Yeah.
That's what they've got. They
Jeez.
don't have anything else.
They must have a sheriff station out there or something. Just
There's got to be like one guy that's
Yeah,
in
one
charge of
dude.
this.
I don't know. I would give it to this dude Angel. He was huge. He was the only guy that intimidated me.
Biggest guy on the island gets it every year.
That's what I'm saying. I'll give it to him. Like I would always slow down around Angel. I'd see him out there, and he had like one lazy eye.
ooh,
And so the one
from
eye
a bar
was,
fight years ago.
yeah, and it didn't look like a birth thing. Like this was an earned thing.
Yeah, it was like the January 1st annual fight that they have to determine who
Yeah, exactly.
becomes sheriff for the year.
What was it? The movie where guy had the scar down his face, and somebody's like, "Oh yeah, nice scar."
Scarface.
He's like, "Oh, he's like, oh, thanks, my chick gave it to me." It's Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
What movie was that?
Every movie
He's like
he's in it.
he's like a gift from my lady.
I don't know that one. But yeah, he's got a scar on his face, so probably all the ones he's in.
Yeah. I think he has a lot of scars on his face.
Machete.
Yeah, makes sense. Typecast by my face. But so yeah, that was pretty sick, dude. Because these golf carts were legit. Like I said,
Like sound systems and everything.
They didn't have
Cool
sound
LED
systems, but they were fully street legal. Brakes, turn signals, horns.
Are there any cars on this island?
No,
Okay.
there's not a car on it. But these,
Hope the fire department has one. It's
Sorry,
not a-
please tell me they've got a fire truck golf
fire
cart.
golf cart.
it did look like they had something large. So I guess they did.
Yeah, they probably had.
But I didn't even see, despite like half the places that are on the water having boat slips, I never even saw a place to get gas. There's not a marina.
Oh, wow.
Like there's a marina, but not a gas pump in the marina. Even when we were back on the other side.
You have to go to the mainland?
Yeah. So you can't like screw around. Like it's going to take you a little bit of time. I'm sure somebody over there had some gas at some point, like tucked away, but you're going to pay for that.
Yeah.
Man.
Sounds like a dope spot.
It's a dope spot because it feels like the Caribbean. I mean,
Yeah.
for real, feels like the Caribbean. But so you would have been very helpful to have there because I ended up getting caught up with some golf cart issues.
Oh, really? Yeah, golf carts have issues. A lot of them do.
So they had moved the chargers and put them upside down under the seat in the back,
Interesting.
so you could easily plug just like a regular extension cord and just run it to your house. And that was kind of the standard.
So you
move.
didn't have to plug the charger into the golf cart. It was hardwired into the golf cart.
In my mind,
Oh
in my mind, it's hardwired.
no, but it wasn't.
It was not.
Yeah.
But they never told us anything.
They didn't tell you how to charge it.
They're like, that one's got your name on it. Have fun.
Yeah,
And
see
so
ya.
we were out. And in my mind, usually that plug goes in the front of the golf cart.
Yep.
So I'm like looking and there's no like flap. There's no nothing in front of the golf cart.
Oh, there's no female port in the front.
No. So I'm like, geez, that's weird. Well, where it was it was underneath the lip of the front seat. So like the front seat goes out. Unless you get down, you don't even see it.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking. I see. Okay, well they've got the charger back here. There's a
They're
plug
usually
going.
on that front face under the seat, but they're usually real low to the floorboard, and you can see it right there.
I missed it. And so like I plug it in at night after that first night.
You think you're charging it?
Yeah. And I wake up the next morning and there's no charge. Like I'm like, that's exactly where it was
Fred Flintstone, that thing.
before. And so now we're kind of panicked, right? We're like, shit, well, we got to get these girls at some point in the middle of the night. Like,
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't be driving around too much. So we just basically just rode one a ton because there were only four
Just
of
like
us.
rationed it out.
Yeah, and like kept the other one because we couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. And so I'm standing out there and I'm like trying to work on this thing. And this lady goes by and she lives there. She lives on the island.
Real local.
Oh, gosh. The most local. Gemma.
How leathery was her skin?
The most leather. The most leather. And her voice was like this.
Oh, no.
She came by. She was smoking a cigarette called a 300X. Never even heard of this brand. And she's just,
Is it literally 3 times the length of a 100? Like
I don't know what the hell. They're just called 300Xs or something.
a foot
That
long.
fat, too. It's like a cigar.
Yeah.
And she's ripping them back to back. You know, and she
Is there another way?
I don't know. Not there.
Yeah, you can't.
So she goes driving by.
You got to light the next one off
Yeah.
the first one.
You just hold them together. And just,
Yeah.
Here you go.
She goes driving by and she's like, how you doing? You having fun? I was like, yeah, doing great. And then I made the mistake. I said, doing better once I figure out what's up with this golf cart. And all of a sudden, boom, she backs up, beep, 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 takes her cigarette out of her mouth, sticks it to the end of another cigarette, and walks over and says,
I got to have a fresh one for this.
Yeah.
let's see what's going on. I was like, you can see I'm plugging it in here. She's like, yeah, okay. I mean, that's right. Big fucking plug right here. That needs to be plugged into the damn cart. And she doesn't see it. She's like, that is weird.
So were the chargers mounted like permanently under the seat, or they just stuck
Yes.
there for storage? Because sometimes they might have been just put there for like.
No, because they don't want them coming out. They know
Yeah.
we're going to drive like crazy. So they're upside down.
They don't
under
wanna
the seat,
lose 'em.
mounted in.
Yeah.
So she's looking over everything, and I'm showing her what I'm doing. It never occurs to her to be like, you got to plug this one in, dummy.
You didn't see the secondary cord coming out of the charger? The
I
big
saw a
thick one?
secondary cord, and I thought for sure that must plug into an outlet
somewhere else
that I don't have.
or you didn't see.
I was like, that must be the rapid charger.
It's like the wireless
You
charging.
thought it was like a 240 instead of a 120.
Correct.
Gotcha.
He thought it was just like you park it in a certain place.
There you
and
go.
just wireless.
I was 100% of the belief that was for a rapid charge. And I had the slow charge.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fine because I'll just charge it every night and be good.
You should have called me.
I was pretty frustrated at this point. You know what I mean? I probably should have, but I started Googling it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it must be crazy. And then I find this light, and the light's like, okay, you have current, but we're not charging. And I'm like, what do I have to do? They're like, the computer's jacked up. And I'm like, on both of them? Like,
Yeah. What are the chances?
so I'm trying to do resets and all this stuff, and nothing's working. And then
What brand of cart was it? Do you remember?
It's a club car Onward.
Yeah.
Top.
Those are real nice.
Premiums.
Top of the line.
They are.
But it didn't have speakers or LED
No.
lights.
I mean, mine had a nectar flag hanging off the back, and it was full of Bluetooth speakers. So it was
Also
bump.
didn't have a charger that worked.
No, it did.
It did. It didn't have a user that knew how to charge it.
Dude,
So
they
she
the place
pulls
up
up.
the street from my lake house, they sell those for $15K all day long, all tricked
I
out.
guarantee this is a $15,000 golf cart. Like we even looked it up.
4-seater, 6.
Yeah, 4-seater.
4-seater, full lift, premium rims, brush guard on the front. Like it had everything.
People care about their rims.
Oh, these rims were pretty sweet. Gotta be honest. One of them doesn't look as good as it did when we picked it up.
Oh, I wonder what happened.
Wasn't me. Like I said, we had some teenage boys. And it didn't help that I taught them that like you should come into the driveway at top speed, slam the
Little
brakes
sideways.
and gut it and see how far you can get it to slide. And then that became the thing, like how deep can you bury the back right tire or back left tire, depending on where you slide. And if you can get it up over the knobby tires and onto the rim, that's considered a good drift.
All right.
If you didn't get there,
Pussy.
dude, you would get ragged mercilessly.
You know how
So
easy
those
it is to flip those things over?
Very difficult.
No. Very easy.
We never flipped
Just
one.
YouTube it.
Oh, I've seen them go up on two wheels. I think they put a governor on these to keep it down a little.
Well, the good thing you're probably on mostly flat surfaces.
Flat surfaces and sand.
Yeah.
So it has a little give every time you do
Yeah.
it. But we never flipped one, which is good.
Yeah.
But
very
so
good.
Silver linings.
This chick comes over, and she we open up the seat, and then she pops open one of the batteries, and she's like, "Here's your problem. It's low on water."
Low in water.
And we're like, "Well, shit." And she goes, "Now it only takes distilled water." And that's
She's
hard.
right.
She's like, "That's hard to get here on the island." So good luck getting distilled water. Now she won't shut the fuck up, and she's in my ear. And then she's like, "Here's what you do. Don't tell him I sent you." I'm like, "I don't know your name." I do now. She's
I
like,
would be calling the golf car company.
well, they were closed. So this is actually the first. So it's after 5 o'clock. Everything's closed.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure it out. And she's like, you're not going to get anybody. She's like, "Here's what you do. You go up to the little convenience store over there. There's going to be an Asian lady in there. Now I want you to start talking to her. But don't ask her anything about the golf cart because she don't know shit." I'm like, "What? Why are we starting here?"
Yeah.
She goes, "You chat her up until you see a guy in a blue shirt. He'll walk through there eventually." I'm like, "This is the worst directions I've ever gotten." You know, so she goes, "Now that
Shady
guy,
shit.
that guy you want to talk to? No, again, don't you tell him I sent you." I'm like, "Okay, I'm not going
Yeah.
to."
She's like an informant trying to like cover her tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was crazy, man, and she wouldn't shut up. She just kept talking and talking and talking. Finally, I'm like, "All right, well, I need to go talk to the boat people, tell them that our wives have been delayed again." I go up there, talk to them. I come out, and she's like waving us down. She's like, I found you. I got distilled water." I'm like, "Okay." So we go back. Man, it took her 45 minutes to fill the chambers with the water because she would take a little tiny cup and she'd fill the little cup. Then she'd pour it in while talking.
What was her reason for saying it was low?
I mean, you could see there's no water in them.
Literally?
Literally.
Okay, yeah. Because they have lead in them that looks like cardboard. The water's supposed to be up above that. So basically, up
That's
to the,
lead?
Yeah,
I thought that was,
it used to be lead.
It
might
looked
be
like
some
cardboard
other-
to me.
He was licking it and everything.
Yeah, my head's been killing. But so she took another hour, 45 minutes to fill these damn things.
It takes a long time if you don't have the right setup.
She had the jugs of water. I mean,
They make a jug with a nozzle on it that you just push into the hole and it autofills and then cuts itself off, and you do it the next one.
no, that's
And the one I have is even sweeter. All the caps are piped together, and you just take a jug of distilled water and you stick a hose in it and you squeeze the bulb, and it fills all 6 batteries at the same time.
Yeah, I had a drunk lady who wouldn't stop ripping cigs and doing it one Dixie cup at a time. And then she'd be like, now I can't see. How's it look? And I'd have to go in and look. And like, it took forever. And then finally she's done. And I'm like, okay, thank you so much. I was like, can I pay you? Like, let me give you some, let me tip you and help you out. And so what does she say?
Of course not.
I don't want that. No,
Yeah.
I don't want the money. I just do it because I want to help. And I'm like, all right, well, how about I make you a drink? And she was like, ooh.
My interest is piqued.
Yeah, she's like, all right, let's head up to the Island Club and get a drink. And I'm like, that's not what I was saying.
That's not what
I was going to. Literally, I was going to make you a drink. She goes, cool. Let's go up to that Island Club. And then she's like, and then you can buy me the drink there. She's like, let me get that $20. So I'm like, what the fuck? You just told me you don't want the money. Now I say, let's get a drink. You say, hell yeah, let's go up to the Island Club. Let me get that $20. So now I hand her $20. I'm like, damn it. Then we're on our way up to the Island Club.
For a $15 drink.
Yeah, and guess what her drink is?
Whatever the fanciest, most colorful, biggest, most liquor, extra umbrellas.
You're halfway right. Walk up. She looks at the guy and she's like, yeah, Tito's.
Oh.
Flaming drunk. She gets half a cup of Tito's, no ice.
Wow.
And she's just putting it down. And as she's putting it down, she's rambling more and more. And I'm like, oh, crap. Like, what is happening here? And I'm just sipping my beer. Like, this is killing me. And then she's like, all right, well, come on. Let me give you guys a ride back. And I'm like, no. I'm going to finish my beer. She's like, I'll wait. I'm like, motherfucker. I go, all right, you chug yours. I'll chug mine.
Can you walk there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly. But she won't let me. She won't let us out of
yeah.
her sight. So then she shoots hers. I chug the rest of my beer. Dude comes over, just fills her glass back up with vodka. This was not on my tab.
Oh, okay.
They're locals, I guess.
Yeah.
Like drunk.
He was like, oh, she's going to want another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so now she's had a whole cup of vodka. On top of the fact that when I got to her, she was drunk.
Yeah.
Dude, now she's lost her mind. She's slurring. She won't stop talking. She's talking about how the vaccines have ruined our kids, and now they're never going to be right.
Oh, this is good fun talk.
Oh my God, I've never seen the Duke. The Duke is like the nicest guy in the world. He tolerates everything. He was like, "I'm gone." Just left my ass with
Nice.
him. I'm like, damn it. Now she won't shut the hell up. I'm stuck out there, and he's watching through the window like, and I'm like, I can't get rid of this chick. She wouldn't shut the hell up. And then as soon as she leaves, another local comes up on me. They start chatting. Then he's like, "Was there a golf cart in there?" Some kids had like dumped some worker's golf cart there. Now this dude's cursing about Duncan and his trash. And he's like, "I'm taking this golf cart back." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. It's not like, please,
Yeah.
please do." Like, what is happening? I was with this lady forever. And then we were so freaked out. Like, you'd hear Gemma and you'd like hide, like get behind a palm tree, get somewhere.
Oh, because all week long she's gonna be like, "Oh, you're the guy I gave the distilled water to."
Yeah. She lives 3 doors
It
down.
wasn't distilled.
It said distilled.
Yeah, you know what? I take water to my camper, and I use distilled water bottles, and I put tap water in it, and that's what we drink at the camper.
Well, either way, we plugged them in
Either
that
way, it's
night.
not your battery.
We plugged them in that night, and the next morning, they weren't charged. So we drove it up to the place. We're like, "Man, these golf carts you gave us, they don't charge. This is bullshit."
Oh, how dumb must you have felt?
So Ricky, she goes and gets Angel.
So is this on a Monday? Is this on a Monday?
Yeah, this is now Sunday. And Angel comes out. This is my first interaction with the Samoan of the island. I'm like, oh shit, this dude's huge.
World champion.
And I've completely interrupted him from his like whatever game he's playing, like
Oh, no.
Bejeweled. And so he comes out and he's like, "It won't work." I was like, "Man, I've plugged it in. I've done everything." He's like, and I'm like, "Battery levels look good."
But if you check those battery levels, they're top notch, right to the level they need to be.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So he ended up, he's like, "Damn it, man, these things are brand new. I can't believe both of them aren't working." I'm like, I know.
At this point, hearing that they're brand new, is the operator error idea
Operator
creeping
error.
into your mind?
Dude, from the jump. You know what I mean? From the jump, I'm like, why would they both not work? Like, I'm missing something.
Yeah.
I ended up running an extension cord all the way up to the dryer on the second floor and down because I was like, maybe it just needs a bigger bigger bit of juice. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn it, that's not
Tried to
working.
plug a 120 into a 240.
No, I went with the washer. Not
Okay,
the
I was
dryer.
like,
He spliced off the dryer.
Oh, God, yeah.
But it had a bigger fuse, and I was like, maybe it's
More
not letting
amperage,
enough
yeah.
juice through. I don't know. I tried everything. Finally, we get there, and I'm like, Angel's taking one in the back, and he's just sweating and he's working. I'm like, this
He didn't
poor
say,
guy.
show me how you charge it.
No. Then Ricky, the girl at the counter, she's like, man. She's like, usually, you just plug the yellow cord in, and then plug the pin in the back, and then boom, that thing charges. Like we never.
Oh, so
have
the cord
problems.
was colored. That was the problem.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like the yellow cord. She's like, yeah, like underneath the seat there, like there's that big area. You just plug it in. I'm like, no, we haven't tried that.
Oh, no.
I was like, I got to go get Angel. And like now I'm back in the worker area. Like Angel, I think we just
April
Yeah. Funny story. Those carts are fine. You can stop tinkering. Like, oh,
Please
crap.
don't murder me.
Yeah, it sucked.
I'm surprised he hadn't seen this before.
He tried to make me feel better. He was like, there was one idiot this morning who just didn't turn the key and couldn't get it to
yeah.
go. And I'm like, yeah, what a moron.
That's what Troy, you're sitting there saying like, oh, you should have called me. And I was like, I'm sure you would have been super respectful on that phone call.
Oh, I would have busted his chops, no doubt, but I would have figured it out. Maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't have figured it out.
You would have. Should we take a break for a deli? I guess we don't need any topics because I haven't even started stories.
Yeah, it's deli time, right?
Yeah, we're
Wanna do a deli?
46 minutes.
I just when there's a small simple fix like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes like me personally, I get so much more angry.
Oh, yes.
When
you're like, it should work.
yeah,
It should
when
work.
you're like using every ounce of your muscles to like break something loose,
Yeah.
and then you find out that you're turning it right instead of loose.
Exactly.
You know, like,
Yes.
those kinds of things.
I just, this past weekend, replaced the batteries in my golf car myself.
I almost did myself. All right, so this week we got the Blue Moon Haze. Hazy, juicy, pale ale from Blue Moon. This should be interesting.
Blue Moon's pretty much always above average, right?
I think so. I'll let you know more in a second.
Do you like Blue Moon or Shock Top better?
I hate Shock Top.
Really?
Prefer Blue Moon.
I feel like I like Shock Top better.
Weird.
I haven't had either in quite a long time, but I
like
do
that.
remember liking both of them.
I like the Light Sky by Blue Moon.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is 5.7,
Oh,
brewed with dried whole oranges.
yeah, that adds up. Because I taste dry whole orange.
I like that it says whole. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, thank God it's not half oranges.
Yeah. Kind of a jagoff.
Yeah.
Give me a half orange.
Thought you cared.
Did y'all take a lot? Did you take a whole cooler of beer down? Do they have like a market on the place? I'm thinking in my mind, I'm picturing like Folly, where there's like Burt's Market, where you can still get some stuff.
Burt's Market has more stuff than this market. Mango's is pretty,
I looked at it on the map. I checked out.
rudimentary stuff. But then again, also like booze. So like if you needed to, but no, we had
Is it-
6 cases of beer. I had 2 bottles of Angel's Envy, a bottle of rum, bottle of spiced rum. We had more than enough.
That covered you for the whole week.
Yeah, I have a case of beer, and the Duke has a case of beer
Nice.
because I discovered my love of rum.
Isn't it funny? Like in certain settings, like what you think that you like changes drastically. Like you said, you're on an island and you're feeling like you're in the Caribbean. All of a sudden, rum tastes like the greatest drink in the
Well,
world.
what got
Oh, and
me?
it's like Marley. Like, that's when I want to hear Marley.
I listened to Bob Marley, Sublime, Revolution, Tribal Seeds. I mean, that's like all. I was
Jimmy
rocking.
Buffett, Dave Matthews.
Yeah, it's just going. That's all that was pumping from that golf cart. And it felt
Pearl
right.
Jam.
No Pearl Jam. I heard Pearl Jam
Now
go on at
we're
one
talking.
point, and I changed it.
What?
I was like, yellow.
Yeah, you did.
Like yellow Ledbetter doesn't fit right now. It's like
That will kill a vibe.
no, and I was like, nope, not today, Eddie, not today. Yeah, I would have thought I had a flat tire.
Yeah.
Like it was the only time ever that was like, gross.
You're really growing up.
I really am.
Yeah.
Well, no, you say that. So like, I took the kids out on a manatee and dolphin tour. Like I'd paid this guy to take us out, and this was the first full day all the girls had, and I just happened that it had it scheduled for. So my wife's like, screw that. I've been in an airport with those kids for 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need more
See you later. Bye.
quality time. And then the Duke's like, well, I haven't seen my wife. Like, I should stay here. And the teenage boys, I never expected to want to go see dolphins or manatees. So I'm like, all right, I'm going with the girls. It was awesome. We saw tons of dolphins. We saw manatees up close,
Nice.
3 of them at
That's
a
pretty
time,
dope.
like kissing and stuff, like right next to the boat. I was like, these are huge creatures. Like, I'm digging this.
Manatees are dope.
Yeah. So then we're leaving. And the guy's like, all right, we can come back around here and I can show you like just raw beaches the whole way back. Or he's like, we roll up to Cabbage Key and check out the tortoises. Now I'm a turtle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So-
wearing a turtle shirt right now.
Oh yeah. Trampled by turtles. And so I
That Brendan, big turtle guy.
big turtle
turtle
guy.
guy.
Big turtle guy. So I'm like, well, girls, do you want to go see some tortoises? Or do you want to go see the beaches? And they were like, tortoises. So the guy's like, all right, cool. So we start driving and he leans over and he taps me. And he's like, you're set, dude. And I'm like, what is he even talking about? He goes, we're going to Cabbage Key. And I'm like, okay. It means
Elaborate.
Nothing. Yeah. It means nothing to me. He goes, it means you can get a drink. And I was like, sweet. Not thinking about it. And he goes, no, I'm serious. You got to go get a cabbage creeper. I'm like, cabbage creeper? And he's like, oh, yeah, cabbage creeper. He's like, I've never seen anyone finish 3.
Challenge accepted, motherfucker.
So I'm like,
At
really?
this point, you're like having a pep talk with your liver. Like,
yeah. I'm out there being good. You know what I mean? Like, I brought Cokes and stuff. And I'm like, all right, yeah, dude, let's go up there and get that. That sounds great. And he goes, man, ever since the pandemic, now they can sell it to go. And I'm like, really? He goes,
Hell yeah.
Because, yeah, they sell it by half gallons. And I was like, I can get a gallon of this stuff? He goes, damn right you could. I'm like, who? This
and you
guy-
haven't had this yet, so you don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. But now I'm pot committed. Like, I'm getting a gallon of this shit.
I'm not even close to that island, and I want something. Whatever
Yeah,
that
I'm
is.
really
Yeah.
intrigued.
Like, I don't know what it, and then he's telling me, he's like, you know the song Cheeseburger in Paradise? He's like, Jimmy Buffett went up there, had a burger, and wrote it on these. He's like, this is the key. Like, this
Oh,
is the
wow.
island. And I'm like, you really think that's true? He's like, it's the story we tell. He goes,
He's getting a kickback off every
Yeah.
one of those drinks.
he goes, we sell a lot of burgers on this place. I'm like, fair enough.
I would have to have a burger there if I heard that story.
Yeah, I only had 20 minutes at this
To knock down 3 of them.
at Cabbage Key, you know? So I'm like,
Did I tell the story about how when we drove to Indiana, we'd stop for lunch somewhere, and then we were driving through Kentucky, and my youngest son made us stop at a gas. Well, we stopped to get gas, and at the gas station was one of those ones like you have everywhere where they sell food out of.
yeah.
He had to get some fried chicken there because he wanted Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, okay.
and he
That's
brings
cool.
it up to this day. He's like, I've had Kentucky Fried Chicken. You guys don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he swears it's the best chicken he's ever had.
Good for
You
him.
just got like crispity crunchity from some Boaz gas station.
See, he and I see eye to eye.
He came out of that gas station and was like, take a picture. And I have got a picture of him holding up a chicken tender from some rando gas station. Like, not even like a name
Fucking
brand.
Red Barn or
Yeah.
some shit.
No, not even like no name on the damn thing.
That's actually sometimes the best.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was delicious.
It was the best.
And now
Yeah.
for the rest of his life, he's had
Oh, yeah.
OG Kentucky
He's
Fried
had, yeah,
Chicken.
he's had the real. All you wannabes up here down the road at
I respect him.
Colonel Sanders
yeah.
tryhards.
You nerds.
some knockoff shit.
That's like some Brendan Offspring shit.
Yeah.
Though. Like,
Oh,
I
no,
wouldn't
Brendan's
expect-
loving this story.
When I heard that story, I was like, that's exactly what I would do. Very cool. Well played, kid.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, so we get to Cabbage Key, and I go and look at some of these like tortoises.
They have some cool tortoises.
Hell yeah, big ones all hanging out all over, and they just bury into the side, like because the whole place, it's just like the whole restaurant is built on a pile of shells. They said that the Indians would sit there and they would just eat and always just throw their shells over here, and that was their way of life for thousands and thousands of years. And so like you have an island,
Oh wow.
and then a giant pile of shells, and everything's built on that. But the tortoises love it; they can dig in, and so it's like these like endangered tortoises live there. So I'm like, hell yeah. And I was like, girls, grab an ice cream over here. Buy them an ice cream. I was like, I got to run in there for a second. Run inside. And the people in there are telling stories that have no beginning and no end.
Yeah.
You can tell these people are drunk.
Is it all locals or is it?
No, apparently they ferry people in all damn day.
So is this the one that has like the resort with it?
Yeah,
Like,
Cabbage
okay.
Key.
All right.
That's the one. And so,
I mean, it looks like there's like 10 homes on this island, maybe.
yeah, that are all owned by the one
Resort.
family.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
And they just rent them out. because people can only drink 3 of these things and then they need somewhere to sleep. So
How many homes are on the whole North Captiva Island?
300.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, my neighborhood has 400.
Yeah, and this is a whole island.
Yeah.
It's sick, dude. And some of the houses are ridiculous, like the CEO of Bank of America and
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, crazy shit. Like some of them are nice, some of them aren't.
And now the one you stayed at, they can put that on the side of the building
Yeah.
Yeah. Kennedy stayed here.
from ITPH.
Richmond's #1 sports podcast host stayed here.
That's right.
Pretty exciting stuff.
It's going to be long.
You should
but-
leave like plaques of that everywhere you go, or stickers or something.
I stayed here. Yeah. Like ITPH stayed here. That's not a bad marketing plug. But so, all right, so I go up there and I walk in and I was like, hey man, I need one of them silly pints with a cabbage creeper in it and a gallon. And he goes, all right, we sell it by the half gallon. So 2 half gallons. And that was my first moment of pause. I'm like, they don't sell it, but they sell it by the half gallon. I was like, well, hold on. How much is a gallon?
Yeah.
Cabbage creeper.
You could be in $150 in this drink.
$160
Whoa. For 1 gallon?
for 1 gallon. He goes, well, half gallon.
$80
he
a
goes,
half gallon?
Yeah, he goes, half gallon's 80, so a gallon's $160. And I was like, I mean, half a gallon.
Yeah. Oh, you misheard me. I said half a gallon.
Half a gallon
Half
and the
of
drink.
1 gallon.
So they made me a pint of this drink. Then I watched them make the half a gallon. The dude grabs a bottle of rum and he just fills it halfway up the half gallon.
Wow.
So you're getting like
Yeah.
about a liter of rum. Just dumps it in there.
Take the restrictor blade off.
Yeah.
Then he dumps something else in. That's like some thick
Distilled water.
mix. Yes. And then they take
Only the finest.
then they take dark rum and top it.
Yeah. Get a nice little float.
Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit. So I'm drinking my 8 ounces of rum.
And that counts as like the one drink, by the way, that your captain was talking about.
Yeah. 8 ounces of rum is in one drink.
1 pint.
And so people who had 3, they've had 24 shots of
Is
rum.
it over ice?
There is some ice in there.
What's the flavor?
Rum.
Well, obviously
Predominantly
rum.
cream and pineapple would be the predominant flavor. There's a little bit of coconut, which I know you're not a
Oh, yeah, I'm not a coconut
particular fan of.
But in like a tropical setting with
In
rum.
Kind of works.
In enough pineapple and rum, I could probably get past it.
Yeah.
You would be fine with this coconut because the Duke hates coconut too.
Uh huh.
And he tried it and was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, this is good. I had this one drink. By the time we get home, I'm not
Struggling.
I'm not the same man I was when I left. I came home and the girls are like, "What the fuck happened?" to you?" I'm like,
I just got a drink.
"Yeah." I'm like, "I've
I
had
was
a
like, I
drink."
saw a lot of turtles and some manatees. You don't know, it changed me as a person.
It really did. It changed me, but it changed me in the sense that now all I wanted was rum.
Yeah.
because I was like, "This is the greatest."
Just like
the taste.
injected it.
Dude, I would wake up in the morning and go get that cabbage creeper.
It sounds like they put some meth in there too.
Yeah, but you'd only do. I would
Scratching his neck.
I do like a small glass.
Chappelle.
Sure.
Like you do like a little tiny glass.
Oh, like a kid's cup.
Yeah, you do like a little one of those, and you are back, baby. I mean, back.
I am re-up.
Yeah, it was wild because every day would start. I'd pour a cup of coffee.
Have you figured out how to make this drink?
Not yet. I'll figure it out. But every morning I would get up. I would drive out to the point where Captain Bill told me the best shelling was, and I would take my coffee and I would just walk, and I would just shell.
Coffee in air quotes, by the way.
No, it was coffee. It was coffee. I'd throw a Zin in, grab a coffee, and I'd just start walking. By the end of the week,
Readying yourself for a poo?
I'd come back and poo. Boy, howdy. But I'd put in an hour
Yeah.
and a half of shelling every morning.
that
By yourself?
About that life. Well, my wife would go down there and she'd go for long walks.
Yeah.
And I would just be trickling along, digging through shells. But one day the Duke joined me. 2 days one of my daughters joined me. People would come out there. I've got a fucking contractor bag of shells on the
I'll believe it.
and some of them are sick. Sick. And it's funny, you run into sheller nerds and they're out there and they'll just walk up to you and be like, "Fun at Junani last year." And you're like, "What? Are you serious right now?" Yeah. And then one dude told me, he's like, "The trick is you wait for a calm day, you get a snorkel." He's like, "You swim along right here where the shells are rolling before they come up. So all these old ladies get them." He's like, "You'll find everything." I was like, "This is amazing." He was the nice sheller. The old ladies are fucking mean.
Oh,
Ruthless, I'm
yeah,
sure.
knocking you down.
So they'll cut in front of you and shit. And you'll only see like 2 the whole
Yeah.
time, but
Yeah.
you see them and they see you. Like, these motherfuckers. And everybody like puts shells, like hangs them in the trees, which at first was adorable. By the end of it, I'm like, oh, this area's been tagged. Again, to me, it was like,
gang areas.
yeah. And so I started tagging areas. Like I'd find like an area and I fucking tag it. And I tagged the furthest point. So I feel like I have the furthest tag.
Yep. That checks out.
Get the fuck.
But you're only putting crap shells up in the trees, right?
There's shells. There's so many shells that you're just putting dope shells with holes in them, which is kind of like a fuck you in its own right. Like this shell's so sick, you don't even have one this good in your bag, and I'm hanging it on a tree, tag style.
Anybody take any shells?
Like
Out
take a
of
tag.
trees. Yeah.
I'm sure these dirty motherfuckers are fucking stealing our shit, dude. But I was about that life every morning. And come back and sip through and arrange.
Well, knowing
them.
you, morning means 10:30.
I was out there by 10 every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But it's all about finding high tide. Yeah. That's the problem.
Duh.
You want
As a-
high tide. As soon as high tide peaks and starts rolling out,
Yeah.
peak shell time.
Pro shellers know that, Troy.
Yeah. Well, I'm obviously, look, I'm not going to put my name
In the same
in-
stratosphere.
No, not even.
No.
I mean, he's obviously MVP, professional grade.
I mean, my necklace, bro, is
I couldn't
Most
hold
valuable
his-
patroller.
I couldn't hold his shell jock.
No.
I mean,
Yeah. Did you get one big enough for your jock? I mean, it had to be pretty small, but like, did you get one that size for you?
there's nothing big enough for my jock out there.
did you wear your furry jock out there?
Nah, even the King Kong.
By the end of the week, I wish you had like whatever the biggest shell was, string that up and just wear that out there. That's how you assert dominance.
Yeah.
Just standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stand there in a shell like
and then blowing into another one.
I had gotten to a point where I'd like had to walk through all these like prickers and thorns and everything, and like I'm standing on this wall, and the wall is nothing but shells, where the water just crashes,
Yeah.
and it's literally 5 feet tall. The whole wall is shells, and the waves would hit, and then new shells would just start pouring down. I was just like, I'm gonna come, I'm gonna come so hard. Like I could have taken a 3 right then and there. I was like over the
The
moon.
old North Captiva 3. We've all been there.
I mean, I literally just stopped and was just staring at this ledge like, oh, God. I've never seen so many shells. And it was crazy, man. I never seen shells like that. I mean,
That's
it was wild.
Glorious.
My bathrooms are going to be so shelled out because I haven't even gone through them all. But I had them arranged in hierarchy.
Yeah, he
of,
did
like,
have them separated.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, the picture you sent with them all out on the table, I was like, oh, I can see where these were grouped together and these
Yeah.
were grouped together.
I think these colors are similar.
How
I
tor-
know these shapes are similar.
How turned on was the wife watching you work on those shells like that?
I mean, pretty turned on. And by turned on, I mean drunk by the pool.
Okay, yeah. So we meant same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she was not about that life, but she was about making fun of me for that life.
Oh, yeah.
That checks out. That is
Yeah.
her life.
Yeah.
That's her,
Her
peak.
life is busting your chops.
She was pretty psyched then. Yeah, she had a good
week?
time. Yeah, she had a good time. You know, I had more days under my belt of shelling.
I'm sure that's
Yeah,
a
you had
point
a-
of contention there.
You had 36
Yes.
hours of peacefulness before she showed up to
Kind of.
bust your chops.
Kind of, yeah. And then I got called out.
That doesn't sound like you.
We went adrenaline fishing. Just code for fishing.
Okay, I was like, I don't know.
We went with this guy, Captain Richie. So I had gone through like this high end place. Like I got my fishing trip set up. And then they're like, hey man, the dude's motor blew up. Like, but
Oh, no.
we got you Captain Richie from Adrenaline Fishing. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Captain Richie, I don't know if this name will mean anything to you, but he's Nico Price's dad. Nico Price is a bad man in the UFC. I mean, a bad man. And like right away, Captain Richie's like, you know Nico Price? I'm like, the UFC fighter? He's like, that's my boy. I'm like, Captain Richie, we're going to get along just fine. So we get on this shitty boat. We're going to go out, do some fishing. And we slay fish. I mean, this dude does a
Who
great
went?
job. The Duke, my wife, and his 2 boys. And we went out and just
So the Duke's wife and your girls hung back.
hung back, sat around.
Your wife wanted to go out on the boat fishing?
My wife loves fishing.
Oh, I didn't know
She's
that.
a hardcore fisherwoman.
Somebody's got to provide for the family.
That's
Troy.
right.
Yes, that's right. And she, I mean, this is the
Everyone
kind of-
loves catching. No one likes
Yeah.
fishing.
This is the kind of boat where you're like, gotta pee. And he's like, coffee can there for the guys, bucket for the girls, you know. He's like, now you got to rinse it 3 times.
Yeah.
Which he tried
I'm surprised you just didn't hang it over the side.
He tried to rinse our fish in the piss bucket, and the trip was over. I was like, oh, Captain Richie, I don't know about this, because he's like filleting the fish, you know? And he was like, fill up that bucket. I was like, Richie, why don't you just put those in the bag? I'm not going to dump them in the toilet. He's like, it would have been rinsed 3 times. Like, don't give a shit, buddy.
The salinity totally would kill all that off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'd caught so many fish, like good fish for eating and stuff, that we were throwing them back. So at
Did y'all fillet them and eat them?
yeah.
Nice.
Making fish tacos and stuff. And he gave us a recipe that was spot on. Like, this dude was good. Like, he took us to spots and we were crushing. Then at the end, he's like, if you're not using these fish, and he took one, put the hook, you know, around its spine, and then he like gutted the tail.
Yeah.
So it's injured. Threw that bitch out there on the hook. We're sitting there rocking Kid Rock radio, because that's how Captain Richie
Oh,
rolls.
yeah.
Hearing songs about
All summer
like,
long.
Like, that stripper didn't make all that money giving out handshakes.
Oh, yeah. He has
What
some
the fuck?
great, really crass songs.
Well, it was the Nickelback that was the most offensive. I was like, what
Yeah, that's
is
gross.
this? But all of a sudden, this line's like, wing. I mean, it's rolling. And he's like singing. And I'm like, dude, your line is flying out. And so the Duke's youngest boy got to haul in a fucking shark.
Nice.
Like, it was pretty sweet, dude. Like, that shark came up, and it was a good size. It was the biggest shark I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, like on a hook. Like, he's pulling it in the boat. Like, the Duke finally takes over and he hauls it into the boat. Captain Richie's like, don't you bring that damn thing in the boat, man. So then he had to like, he was like, what? He's like, it's like hanging over the boat. He like had to bring it back out of the boat so we could release it. He's like, no, man, we don't want a shark in here. Like, that's a bad idea. We were thinking, get the shark.
Wow. What were you trying to catch, Captain Richie? I mean,
Yeah.
What did you think
What
was
did you
gonna
think was going to happen? What are these, the consequences of my actions?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you put a 16-inch fish back out into the water and gutted its
Half
tail.
gutted, yeah.
Like, what the hell? But so at one point, we're drinking beers, and Captain Richie's like, the Duke goes, you want a beer, Captain? He's like, you don't mind? Like, we got tons of beer. We have 2 coolers.
Yeah.
There's 5 of us, and 2 of us aren't of age.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll have a beer, dude. Dude, we got plowed with Captain Richie. Like, he was drinking beers, and we got back into the port. And then that's when we just kept throwing him beers. And he just kept filleting and drinking. That's awesome. It was a good time. Adrenaline fishing, I highly recommend.
Sounds pretty dope.
No free plugs, but that's a free plug.
That's a free plug, dude. Yeah. Tell him the IT. Oh, but so he's at the end. I'm talking about my shell game. And at one point, he had mentioned that this fish was
His
really
son
good.
is in the UFC,
Yeah, but he had made
and you're talking about shelling.
he had made a comment.
To each
earlier.
their own.
You are not the same.
He's like, you get this fish, you put it in Italian dressing, marinate it. He's like, get yourself a bottle of Chardonnay. Like, it's perfect. So later on, we're back at the shore, and I'm talking about my shell game, and he's looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I thought you were tough. And he was like,
Not the everything about you didn't give that away.
yeah. He's
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
you really didn't strike me as the shelling type, bro. And I'm like, you didn't strike me as the Chardonnay type, but here we are, buddy. He's like, fair enough. Kept
Go
cutting the
cast
fish,
stones,
dude.
bitch.
Yeah, like, fuck you, dude. I thought we were in the safe space, dude.
You want to go?
The circle of trust, man. You told me you drank Chardonnay. I told you my shell.
Yeah.
You want to
One
make
for
out.
one.
Yeah.
That
I got you cookie, you got me cookie. What do you want?
Tit for tat, dude.
That is one and the same.
I thought so.
Chardonnay guys, shell. I mean, that goes together.
He looked down his Chardonnay at me like, what a
Yeah.
bitch. We talked about this beer?
I use
No.
that for cooking. I use that for cooking, and that is all.
No, you don't.
You judge me.
I heard him talk to his wife. I heard him tell Paula to pick up some fucking
Yeah.
wine. And then her say, are you drinking again today?
Yeah.
And him say, yes.
Yes, and
And I'm thinking,
I wasn't going to, but this guy over here.
yeah, they fucked him up.
Yeah.
jeez,
How could you not drink all the time in that world?
I would like I talk all the time about how I'd love to live in Folly, but it'd be a problem.
Oh, it would definitely be a problem.
You can
Because
see-
then in the off season, then what do you do?
Yeah.
like
well, there's no off season there.
yeah, down
It's
in
Florida,
yeah.
so you got to drink year round.
exactly.
And then
The
there
off
was,
season is probably like August. It's probably their like slow time
Yeah,
because
when
it's
it's
so
super
hot.
hot.
Yeah.
yeah, like my favorite bar was Barnacles, and I would sit at Barnacles and I'd watch these people like they just slip over here, not too far out of the view, fireball shot. I'm like, bro, it's noon. I'm on vacation. I'm allowed to be having a drink.
Yeah.
But you just took a fireball shot and your ship's starting.
Yeah, going back to the place.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to go home and drink some of that cabbage creeper. But I'm not. You're the weirdo. Drunk.
Oh yeah, we started a deli like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. What do you think? Let's cut right to the chase.
Well, I haven't missed talking about it because I'm not a fan. I don't think much of this at all.
Yeah.
It to me is way too tart and way too IPA, and it's just I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I give it a 2. Oh, is that what you say about it?
The soundboard's got one. Probably 100 because you'll never hear the same one twice.
Yeah, I don't think I'm disappointed in Blue Moon. I usually am a Blue Moon guy, and
You went 2.
to me, it's not even average. It's below average. I wouldn't seek it out, and I would not tell anyone else to drink it. That's my opinion.
Boy.
That's a little harsh.
That was a lot
I mean,
more, huh?
to each his own. Yeah.
Y'all don't think it's super tart?
I think that the front end, the orange, is good. My problem with it is the back end of the hop is
Yeah.
that like
Super dry mouth,
Yeah, it's-
cotton mouth.
yeah, and it sits there in the back. The orange doesn't bother me at all. No.
You don't see me give anything with that gross mouth feeling. I'll never give it above average. I mean, it's just not gonna happen.
No, I mean I'm taking this down a peg too. I like the orange. I don't like the way the hops are. It's like Blue Moon should stay in their lane.
Yeah.
They got the orange right. They fucked up the whole hop thing.
Yeah.
It's a piss poor example of a pale ale. I mean, I understand why you went 2, but I feel like it's a little too harsh. I want to give it a 2.5, but I could be talked into a 2. I will reserve my score till after.
I mean, if you want to go 2.5, that's right. To me, that's not far off from what I'm saying. I mean,
oh, the answer is between 2
Yeah.
and 2.5 for me, for sure.
Yeah, I think I initially was in that 2.5 to 3 range, but then the more I drank of it, the drier the mouth felt afterwards. And for me, I'll give it a 2.5 because I like the orange up front, like you said,
Yeah.
but it really is the aftertaste. It's like you got to keep drinking it because the moment your mouth dries out, you're like, that didn't taste good, and then you take another sip, and it's like, oh, it tastes good, and then it kind of fades off again. So yeah, I'll say 2.5. To your point, Troy, a little disappointing.
yeah.
I would almost rather have
maybe
the
I
orange
expected too
flavor to
much.
be a little bit more present, given how often you get a really good juicy IPA that has juice forwardness
Without putting an orange in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, 2.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna take it down. I'm gonna go 2.
Yeah.
Because even like
Y'all made me sound like I was like busting it up, but I mean, y'all are right there with me.
yeah.
Okay.
Good. All right, there's your Blue Moon score.
That's disappointing. Because you were just saying, Brendan, you like Blue Moon more than Shock Top.
I still do Blue
Not
Moon,
this. Yeah.
but I mean, I'd rather drink a Shock Top over this. This Moon Haze is a kind of a turd.
If you make good beer, if you make a couple good beers, do you have to keep going down that lane where you just keep making more and more and more varieties?
I mean,
I feel like you must have to
Breed.
because it seems like everyone does that.
yeah, I mean, Brendan said it. It's all about finding more of that market share. If somebody else is getting more money in on a new IPA, like,
I just feel like it's
You're gonna
such a
take a shot.
gamble.
yeah,
Like if you're Blue Moon and you make Blue Moon, which is awesome.
and
you're gonna-
wildly popular.
Yeah, and you're gonna go.
you risk tarnishing your image. by
Yeah,
doing
and you're going to
something
go,
else.
well, we got to get in the IPA game. So let's go there. And it's like you got to front all this money to even start to go down that road. And then you're hoping to catch someone else who already makes a great
Well,
one.
I think that's where it's easier for smaller local breweries to do that because they're brewing on a smaller scale. Somebody like Blue Moon, who's making
Yeah.
much larger areas, they're committing more resources
Yeah.
for marginally better results.
When people are notoriously loyal to their local breweries, I mean, that's.
It's getting hard to find. I got to be honest. When I was up at the Publix tonight, I was like, had it. I was reduced to the Moon Haze.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of these have we done? I mean, luckily they're always coming out with new beer. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
I mean, seasonally you find new stuff, but I'll agree with you. There's times when I go to the grocery store and I'm like, I want something different, but I'm not willing to just go out on
Way off the
crazy
reservation, yeah.
whatever. And it's like, I'll get this that I've had before or whatever, and it is harder to find.
I almost bought a Modelo like gelato. It has like lime, or it had lemon and salt, and then there was the Island.
So no citrus.
No citrus, according to Stu. There was an Island Shandy, like that Island beer company. They're making a Shandy, and I was looking at that, and then I saw this and was like, all right, this is what we're reduced to.
Yeah.
Like fake ass beers.
Yeah.
But the other ones sound better now that you say it.
Well, I thought this was going to be a home run. Blue Moon does a good job, but to your point, they watered it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Try again.
A little underwhelming.
Yeah. A lot underwhelming.
Blue Moon's good, like out of a tap with an orange in it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a Blue Moon out of a can before.
yeah.
Bottles, yes.
True.
Draft, yes. Don't know if I've ever had it out of a can.
But I'm not. You wouldn't put that L on the can.
No.
Because everybody kind of figured the cans out now.
Yeah. For me, it really is the hop profile in that.
No, that hop's all wrong. The orange was perfectly fine.
Yeah. And again, how many juicy IPAs are there now that we love that have that citrus flavor built in without adding citrus? They could have had the opportunity to add citrus and pair it with a good hop that goes with that.
Nah, but you know how much easier it is to take the hops no one wants?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The best.
And then they use the whole orange to take care of that.
They should have gone half orange.
Just make sure you pick the good half Blue Moon.
They didn't. Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed.
Yeah, the Miller Lite's better.
We'll not be searching that out this summer.
No, but at least now I know.
Yep. And now the listeners know.
And now there'll be 3 of
Thank
those
you.
in my cooler for fucking 6 months.
The good thing is it's got the Blue Moon label on it, so some jerk off will come over here and go, "Ooh, look what I get."
Yeah. And then
Jokes
go,
on you,
"Oh,
jackass.
what happened to the hops?
Yeah.
Those were harvested from the butthole of a wombat. It's very hard to find that hop. That's good.
Yeah.
What was the name of that wombat that shit squares? We talked about it once. I can't remember.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
The Tasmanian wombat or something?
Yeah.
Literally
I'm not
poops
looking that up.
cubes.
Do not recall.
They had 2 stomachs that compressed it. Like the first stomach pushed it on the sides, and the second stomach pushed it on the other ones.
Yeah, and it's also like it's something about the way the intestinal walls continue to shape it.
Yeah.
Like it gets shaped again, and then on the way out, and so it doesn't roll off the ledges because they're on like ledges and steep areas. They need to mark their territory, and if you're shitting marbles, they roll right off. No one knows. But you see, like a good sheller, put that shell up high where it ain't gonna roll
They're
around.
building shit houses out of it.
You could
little shit bricks.
That's right.
little igloos.
Shit and bricks.
Oh man, how long would you have to harvest wombat poo
Yeah.
before you can actually build a shelter?
Good news, guys. My house is free. Bad news.
Bad news. Smells like shit.
When it's hot,
Wombat shit. A lot.
structurally quite sound though. Took 4 generations of wombats. Short lifespan.
You just get it wet and smooth out the sides, and you're good to go.
You don't even have to get your hands dirty if you just lick it. We're not going to get your hands dirty. I'm not some kind of fucking heathen.
What am I going to do? Rinse my fish in the piss bucket? Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot, dude.
animal.
Just lick these gaps closed. Smooth as can be.
Problem solved.
Yeah. I actually like to eat a little peanut butter and then lick it so that I have that, it really
If you
feels
close your eyes, it's like a Reese's.
a lot like a Reese's.
Oh, wombat.
It's like the seasonal ones, like the Easter eggs. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, those wombats mostly just eat cocoa. So, yeah, cocoa seeds. So it's really not bad with peanut butter. Quite tolerable, actually. Don't make it weird, Lee.
I wasn't the one that was making it weird.
You were. You notice I let the WNBA. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, what?
You notice I let the WNBA draft go away. Like the DirecTV thing came up, and I was like about to hit it, and I was like, I am seriously distracted by these giant women. I had to let it
This
go.
is for the best.
But now I end up thinking about wombat poop.
Yeah. Anything else from your trip?
I mean, every day.
Manatees, tortoises, dolphins,
Every day.
Cabbage Bay. What was the drink called?
The cabbage creeper.
Cabbage Creeper. So
Ate
you
some
had the
good fish.
one, and that was enough for you. You couldn't do more than that. So the half
Dude, I
gallon
didn't even
lasted you another couple of days?
Yeah, like 3 days of just the Duke and I having a couple.
I mean, at $80, that makes sense, I guess.
Which thank goodness, because when I heard the 80, I was like, man, I'm humped.
Thank God that he gave you the heads up instead of just sticking you with $160.
Yeah.
There was this one guy. He looked like a really fat Fred Durst, and he had this bar
It
stool.
might have been for Fred Durst.
It could have been, but I kept calling him Fat Durst. Like I would roll up on this.
Oh, roll up. Yeah, roll.
So I would go up to
I
this.
thought it was a fat joke.
I know
He
you
rolled him
loving
there.
this shit right here.
And so like I would have to go all the way up at the airstrip. This is quite the haul.
Yeah.
I had to leave the comfort of the area where I am, where the Island Club is, and go all the way to Safety Harbor Club and out by the airstrip.
How'd the golf cars do once you charged them?
Beautiful.
Ran like a dream.
Yeah, beautiful. But I would always drive out to this other bar, and it would sit on the water, and like people would come up in their boats all day long.
How long would it take you to drive from one side to the other?
Oh, hold on. I know there was one time I drove from my house to that bar, and it took me exactly one song.
So 3, 4, 5 minutes maybe?
Yeah, once I figured out what the main arteries were, because for a while there I'd be like, I like turn, then I'm like
Turn again.
turn
Zigzagging
again, and
your
turn
way
down,
through.
and so you'd learn like if you come out to this, take Rum Road, and it'll go. They all had little street like it's pretty hilarious.
I saw a Schooner Lane.
I lived on Schooner.
I was
Yeah, I was 3 doors down from Duncan and 3 doors down this way from Gemma, who were apparently the 2 biggest pieces of shit on the island. Because every local I'd talk to, I'd be like, oh, I'm on Schooner. And they'd kind of look at me and I'd be like, I know the ghetto. I'd be like, I live right by Duncan and his trash. And they'd be like, oh, God, Duncan never throws out his trash. I'm like, I know, it's horrible. And then Gemma and her damn dogs. And they'd be like, I know. So like I knew all
That's
the
awesome.
local gossip.
Oh my god.
Now, even if I was on the other end of the island.
You were plugged into the coconut
Yeah, in
telegraph.
the scene.
Absolutely was.
Yeah.
But I'd hang out at Barnacles every day, and Fat Durst was on the same stool in the place. And he was a local. Like, he knew everybody. But he always was on the same place. And I'd show up and be like, like, it's Fat Durst. I'd even joke with my wife, like, we'd be there for dinner, and I was like, hey, guess who's here? She'd be like, Fat Durst. Like, yep, it's awesome. But that place, everyone was just, that was my favorite.
Do you have a backwards red hat on?
He always had a hat on backwards, and he had the same goatee. Like,
Yeah.
Fat Durst, dude. He was great.
So I think you mentioned it in y'all's spring break preview, but you think you can get your wife to go back on a trip like this?
Never.
She's all the way out on the off the grid trips.
Learned a little something about that particular island. Guys think it's the second coming. Women are like, it's hard to get everything I need. Like, I have
Yeah.
to jump on a golf cart. In my mind, if you
Jumping on a golf cart to do
Seems pretty
anything I
easy,
need
though.
it's like,
but you see, that's
how
the
do
difference.
I make everything you have to do better? Jump on a golf cart.
Yeah.
That's
So,
the
so you're saying that they would rather get in a car and drive, and it's the golf cart's the problem?
No, they'd rather be at a resort.
They want to
Room
go
service.
shopping.
Press a
and
button.
They want to shop. They want to look at
Yeah. There's
stuff.
not a lot of stuff to shop for here.
No.
And everything costs a fortune, which is perfect for me.
Yeah, you felt
Right in my
at home.
wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I've got Barnacles hat on. I got Barnacles koozies. I got stickers from everywhere. Like, I spent $1 million.
$80 on drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
On a drink.
Cabbage keys, silly pints. Like, I, mean,
Yeah.
I was just buying. I was a consumer. That's what they need. The women
Yeah.
are like, what the hell? I can get lay by this pool.
Did you have a pool at the house?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it's perfect.
See, that's the thing. Like,
Did
what,
you go
what
to the
more
beach
did
a
they
lot?
want?
How were the beaches? Like, were they fun? Was it like good water to swim in?
The best, not really, because it's the Gulf,
Uh-huh.
so they're not like big waves. Plenty of undertow.
Yeah, but not big waves is good for kids.
Yeah, but it's like it's all shells.
Oh, okay.
It's like the girls were like, it's not sandy enough.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
It's great.
I'm gonna stand out here and like just look down and the water clears away. I grab a shell, put it in my pocket. I kept saying like, I got a pocket full of shells. Like, Rage Against the Machine.
Going from 6 to midnight all the time.
And I love that the sun sets
I heard that.
over the water.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was on the Gulf Coast side until I looked it up earlier, and that would be nice.
That was great. So every
cool to
night,
see, yeah.
around 7:30, like
We don't see that on the East.
everybody comes out of their house, rides all their golf carts down. The golf carts are just lined up on the beach, and like Everyone watches the sunset. Everyone's having a blast. Yeah. And then everybody's like, let's get pissed. Like, get back to it.
Well, you can go to the other side and watch it rise over the water.
Technically, you could, but it's not. There's a point on the island you could go to, and you could
See it on both.
You could literally spend the whole day, watch it come up, go down.
That's pretty dope.
Southern Point.
That's the one. It was pretty sweet. I could never get the north and south right, so I assume you're right. I kept screwing that up. They were like, the best shelling's in the northern beaches, and I was like, oh.
And you would say that was up, right?
Up to the Southern Point. Yeah,
I'd be
you
like,
get
the
it.
one up by the CEO of Bank of America's house? That's the one.
All right,
Like,
cool.
Cool. That's all I knew. There was one house that looked like it really didn't
If the
belong.
island's my hand, where would you say
Are my fingers north? What if I put my hand down?
Yeah.
No.
You're like looking at it, it's like, all right, cool, I got it. You put your hand in, oh shit. Now which way is it?
See, what if I'm touching your thigh? Now what? Now it's weird.
Yeah. Let's
stuff's
see how this plays out.
Pretty abstract. But yeah, I thought it was the most amazing place in the world because I'd be like, girls, you want ice cream? Jump in. Put on a song, cruise across the island.
And I love Folly for that aspect of things. It's very small, and it's certainly gotten more commercially and more grown up over the past 10 years or so. But I love that it is a very easygoing life. You can drive golf carts around. You can drive a truck if you want. You can bike. You can do whatever. But just the slower pace to that is really nice.
And that's why I've always loved Folly. But this was like on another level.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I mean, this is just
This reminds me a lot of like
heavenly,
like Tangier Island out in the bay almost, where
but not flooding.
yeah, exactly.
You know, and people don't have the weird accents. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was heaven on earth, and I kept thinking if we could get like 5 families to come in, every bull boy,
Sounds like it needs to be a guy's trip.
but no women would ever let us go fly all the way down there or drive down there. Or,
Yeah, because it's a week trip. You can't. It's not
Yeah.
a weekend trip.
but I kept thinking if you could have 5 different houses where everybody had, and that way you don't have to get the big palatial estate.
Yeah,
Everyone has their golf carts. Like the kids can just roam the island. It's perfectly safe.
I'd love it.
I thought it was heaven. You can go play. They got built basketball courts, tennis courts. They ran out because we were part of like the island club. You would just go check out kayaks. Like, let me get a kayak. Go fuck
That's
off.
pretty dope.
Let me check out a fat tire bike. Like
Was it a big biking scene too, or is it just golf carts?
more golf cart for sure.
I mean,
but
based on like the size of it, like you said, it seems smaller than Folly in terms of length.
Yeah, like you could probably bike around it pretty easily.
well, the thing is, it's 5 miles.
Okay.
4 of it's a preserve.
Okay.
So like, there's nothing on that. And then on that other end of the preserve, there's a point. There's like 6 houses, and that's where like Tom Hanks, the dude who owned, oh man, what does he own? Like the Red Sox or something crazy. like that dude. Like those 5 houses,
Or the Hollywood.
completely off the grid, and they drive their own boats over and park them, and like those are the.
They don't even.
What are they
come
going to
into
do?
town.
Touch a street like a
It's
poor
disgusting.
person?
Disgusting. And it would take me,
Are they going to intermingle with average people?
and it would take me a.
Did they know that the podcast host from Inside the Pout House was
If they
down
knew,
there?
they changed their tune. I can tell you
Absolutely.
that.
The best part about it is that the trail, like where you can no longer take golf carts, it goes like 3.5 miles into the preserve and then stops. So you'd have to trek another mile or half a mile through.
Can you walk
like,
through there?
It'd be brutal.
Like, do they have walking trails, hiking trails, and stuff?
Yeah, there's a loop that goes
nice.
out about 3 miles into the preserve and comes back, and there's all kinds
y'all
of little
do that?
cutouts. Yeah, it was
Nice.
it was awesome. Like I would go out
Yeah.
there and just chill. I saw a snake there that was, I'm not kidding, it was as thick as my arm,
Wow.
6 feet long. Apparently it's some endangered snake. They got endangered tortoises and snakes on the island that
That's cool.
you'd occasionally see, and they just don't live anywhere else. I enjoyed the
I like
piss
it.
out of it. I mean,
I'm
thought,
intrigued.
I thought it was the coolest place on earth, and just cruising around in golf carts and doing. I mean, it was heaven. The women were like, there's seaweed coming in. I know.
Yeah.
We'll catch you in Nashville next time.
They got tired of sitting by the pool the whole time,
Yeah.
I guess.
Having drinks probably made
Yeah.
for them and delivered constantly.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
I'd like to go down there. I'd love to do something like that.
Yeah. So you said y'all been up to the lake, to the river now a couple times?
Yeah, we went up to the lake.
Lake.
This 2 weeks ago. First time, kind of unwinterized it, got it
Yeah.
all set up, did some work. Had tree fall over during the off season, so cut all that up and did some work. We'll see how much we get down there. The
was gonna say, do y'all spend like every weekend down there? Or
We used to go down all the time during COVID when everything when all the sports shut down. We went every weekend, but since that's done, we're back doing all the sports, so it's not as frequent as I'd like to get down there. I need to get you guys down there, check it out.
Yeah, that's opening up now, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Open it up. We're ready to go. Got the golf car fixed. The batteries were dead. That thing would go out like 15 minutes and the light would cut on.
that's why you would love this, because there's so much golf cart activity at night, and I know you love to do that. Like everyone goes to bed, you just cruise around.
I love to catch a buzz and go golf cart right that night.
I was doing it. There was one time I'm out at the wrong end of the island. Like I'm as far from home as I could be. I'm posted up on a point at the end of the airstrip, looking out over the Gulf, because there's this little private airstrip.
Yeah.
It's just grass.
Salty Field or something. I think I saw it was called.
I guess so. And I'm sitting out there, and I'm watching these teenage kids over here dicking off and doing their thing. And
You saw their teenage kids' dicks?
yeah.
Salty Approach. That's what the airport's called.
And I'm just sitting
Dope
out
name.
there chilling, and then like the Duke's boys like pull up into the cut. It's like 2 a.m. They pull right up. We both looked at each other like,
You didn't see me here.
none of us should be here right now. And we looked at each other and just peeled off a different direction. Like, oops, busted.
They behave the whole time?
Dude,
As
they're
far as
funny.
you know?
They sleep. They would sleep during the day, and then
Checks out.
night would come, and they'd be up and chilling, and they'd be like, let's go drifting. And they'd ride golf carts all night.
Find any ladies?
Never asked them.
Good
Just
answer.
for the best.
Good answer.
I know for a fact there were a ton of them.
Yeah.
Just say, were there any overnight visitors?
Not that I saw. But I mean, it was,
Why get busted when you can just ride your golf car out a mile away and
yeah.
in some
If I was
mangroves?
16 and found out there were no cops on this island, dude, you would never see me.
And everyone's got coolers.
Yeah.
Like sitting out. Like you could easily,
So I said it earlier. Like this
Oh, yeah,
seems
you
like a
could
place.
easily grab a 6-pack out of a cooler.
no
one
one's going to
knows.
notice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
Y'all
noticed.
took 6 cases of beer. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to see it.
Yeah, I was joking with the Duke. I was like, oh, I don't think they drank. And I was like, but how the hell would we know?
I was camping at a campground with my buddy. We were 16 years old, and we had the idea. We're like, well, we're gonna get some drinks, like, and everybody had their coolers sitting outside their tents and campers. So in the middle of the night, we went around to almost every campsite.
Yeah, you take like
Just-
2.
We took a lot.
Yeah.
We ended up with like 50, 60 beers at our place, and then we're like, wait, what are we gonna do? So we ended up we had like a couple beers each, and we're like, what are we doing? And we ended up just taking them all back to the center point of the campground and just putting them in a pile. And we were like,
Free beers.
yeah, we're like, we don't want. We literally, it was a genius idea until we finished the task, and then we were like, wait. What do we do
Our
with
math is
60
off.
beers?
Hold
Like,
on.
what are we going to do?
I did that one time. I was in Myrtle Beach with young Jimmy, and I realized that they don't sell beer on Sundays, or at least at that time they didn't. And I saw that there was like a RV park next door, and there were coolers everywhere. I'm sitting out on the balcony. I was like,
I got an idea.
hold on, I know where to get beer.
Yeah.
And I just grabbed a backpack and went out. I came back with that backpack full of beer, and I was like, it's on.
Yeah.
Partied all night. Far easier than trying to find some homeless dude to buy you beer.
Well, the reason we stole a bunch of beer was we'd gotten a guy at the food line down the road to get us some beer. And we flagged this dude down going in. We're like, hey, man, there were a couple girls there we were trying to catch up with. So we were like, they're not going to want beer. They're going to want Boone's Farm.
So you got to find Boone.
So we went to the food line or whatever the grocery store was. We stopped this guy. We're like, hey, man, can you buy some Boone's? And the guy's like, I don't know about that. We're like, just buy us a couple bottles of Boone's, you know.
Yeah, it sounds
you can
perfect.
Keep the money. Here's $20 or whatever. Guy comes out with like 2 6-packs of Budweiser. We're like, what? What? We said Boone's Farm.
Booze.
He goes, you said booze. And we said,
Oh,
we
there it
said
is.
Boone's.
Yeah, that makes sense because Boone sounds like booze.
So then we were like, we had the like 12-pack of Budweiser. We're like, that's not gonna get us anywhere. So we like went cooler hopping, trying to find something better. Of course, found some like Bartles and James, but we ended up mostly with just Miller Lite and Coors Light and whatever else.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, but like I said, what are we gonna do with 50, 60 beers?
That was, you can't. You're like, wait a minute. In my youthful exuberance,
Yeah,
I've
sounded like a great
overshot.
idea. Yeah,
Everyone should go down to that island.
I'm down.
Yeah, and I would like to pull it off a week where we just get.
I think my wife and kids would like to go.
I think if I convince my wife, like, look, we're going to do it like this. I'll get you oceanfront. Because that was one of her complaints. I want oceanfront.
I can't fault that. If you're on an island, you're kind of like, I kind of like see the water from at all times.
Yeah, which I get. But I can go up on the rooftop thing and look out and see it. I don't know. I preferred golf cart living. But that's fine. Maybe we should arrange, get a bunch of people down there. The fishing's amazing. The places. It's funny. Everything closes about like 8.
Oh yeah.
It's like the island goes quiet, then the teenage cockroaches come out, and they just run the island. But they're not doing anything bad.
Yeah,
they're just fucking
There's only
off.
so much trouble you can get in for something like that.
So they're just. I would take the key out of my golf cart every time.
Oh yeah.
And at least like flip the seat down in the
All
back.
those keys are universal though.
Are they?
Yeah. I mean, unless you pay extra to get a specialized key, but most golf cart keys are universal.
Yeah, I still have a like a club car master key from when I worked at a golf course.
Yep, they're all the same.
And again, yes, that golf course has a key that fit for all of them. I've tried it in other ones and it doesn't work.
No, usually a club car key works in all club cars unless you've changed it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they changed it. They had completely given it a crazy charging system.
Premium.
You know, the reason they keep them universal is because you don't want to have a key for every golf car out there. It's like you lose the key. It's like, shit, I don't have it.
When Angel's got to come to replace your cart.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, he's telling stories about me right now.
He's on his podcast.
Yeah.
Inside the garage.
Yeah. Inside the 350 pounds of muscle.
Inside the North Captiva Island.
We should all go.
I'm in.
Should all go. And if my wife won't go,
I'm in.
I'm coming with one of y'all.
Dibs.
I'm in. I'm for real. I would go.
My wife would love it down there.
She would. The only thing I would say is the drive is nasty. I mean, it's 13 and change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Would you, if you were driving back down again, would you stop further away and like break the drive up more, or would you rather get closer like you did?
6 or 8 hours.
I found that from Richmond, there's a direct flight with Allegiant that goes out on Thursdays and comes back on
Tampa,
Sundays.
right?
No, Fort Myers or Punta Gorda is the one it goes into. But I would rent like an Escalade, Suburban, something big and comfortable. Drive the whole family down. That way I can haul all the crap.
Yeah.
Load all that on the ferry, consume it, come back out on Sunday and just fly home.
Yeah.
Because it's a direct flight.
Yeah.
It's always with the
It's the
layovers.
coming and going on the direct flights that are weird. Like they only do it like once a week.
But you want to haul all your crap.
Or it's middle of the week.
Yeah.
Or something.
So you're better off, I would say, rent, drive, go to the airport, drop off the car, cab in, take the ferry over, party for a week,
Dip out.
go back to the airport, and
Yeah.
just take the direct flight home.
Because you don't
That's
need a lot of clothes.
I
It's
didn't
all
have clothes.
It's all the other stuff. Yeah. Because
for the first 48 hours, I didn't have clothes. So I was like, I bought
He
some.
had to find a shell to wear, Troy.
That's right.
I bought some deodorant in like
In the market
Orlando.
or whatever. Oh, what? Before you even got
Because I
there.
realized I needed deodorant bad, and the Duke had forgotten deodorant. And I was like, all right, this is gross.
Oh, he didn't bring his mayonnaise down with him?
Communal deodorant. So that communal deodorant sat next to the pool bar the entire time.
I saw that on the table of the show
So
picture.
every time you walk by, you just
Yeah, I would just slap it up. I showered twice.
What?
Yeah, dude.
That is disgusting.
I had deodorant. Communal.
Don't they usually have like dope outdoor showers and stuff there?
I didn't have an outdoor shower. Otherwise, I'd shower every day. I
Yeah.
agree with you. But if I got to go upstairs, grab some clothes, I was like, nah, fuck this. Like I was in a bathing suit and a sun shirt.
So you were in the pool and in the ocean. Just that was your bath.
Soaking.
Yeah, and then I wasn't soaking. I didn't
Get
get
any soaking done
get-
while you were there?
any soaking in. It was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Probably why she didn't have a great
go?
time.
Yeah. Wow. If you're not gonna soak, why even bother?
You know? Maybe she had a couple good soaking sessions. She would have been like, that was the best trip.
Yes. Who doesn't enjoy a good
This
solid
changes
soak?
everything. Yeah. If only we
No wonder she's mad at you.
It was tough. It was tough. I felt bad for her.
So busy shelling, you couldn't get a soak in.
I tried. Don't act like I didn't put it out there. Wearing my shell necklace and the same shirt
Yeah.
for days.
You know, and you mentioned you only showered twice, right?
Yeah, it was weird.
Is there a
Yeah, it's
correlation?
crazy. Causation is not.
Think maybe her watching you and the Duke swap deodorant the whole time wasn't a big turn on.
That would be the best. We'd be walking out and be like, communal deodorant. Slap on some communal deodorant, put it back on the bar.
Because buying another stick of deodorant would have been a bridge too far when you're spending
we're in the store.
thousands of dollars on this trip.
We're in the store. We really might as well only buy the one.
Yeah.
I was at a Circle K. It was the last deodorant in it. So I didn't even have the option.
I think you're
I'm
coming up
more
with stories.
aligned with the idea of this being a guy's trip now that you say it. I see the vision for it.
I mean, it was, what is the point? I don't need to shower all the time. Like, I was
Yes, you do.
literally-
You're
Yes, you
parking
do.
up the wrong street. When I go to the beach, it's minimal showering.
yeah, I would take off my bathing suit and put on underwear for bed. And then, like, that underwear's dirty, but fortunately, that bathing suit is clean. Put back
If
on
you
the
showered
bathing
with
suit.
the bathing suit, then yeah.
Change sun shirts. I mean, I probably burnt through 2 t-shirts and 3 sun shirts the whole time.
For 7 days.
You must smelled great.
I didn't smell anything. And
All
I would,
natural.
I would even ask. I'd be
Yeah, you
like,
become like sensory blind to it.
yeah, maybe so.
Like when you live in that wombat poo house, just you don't know anymore.
no, yeah, you just don't get your tongue.
Why are you guys
raw.
making faces? Oh,
This is my abode.
yeah, this is my home.
My musk? I don't know, dude. It's
I
not
haven't
like
showered in 2 weeks. You don't know because I live in a poo house.
those shirts or those sun shirts. They're like bamboo. They don't really
Yeah.
smell.
Did you get Free Fly ones or a different
I
brand?
did get some free play. They
Yeah.
don't smell.
No, I love the Free Fly shirt.
Like it's
I got tons of
shocking
them.
how little they smell.
Yeah, they can, but yeah.
They can, but like they'll take
ones
2
that-
days of
yeah,
abuse
yeah,
before any stink starts to show up.
Long sleeve hoodies,
Yes,
dude.
Yeah,
those
those
are my
are
shit.
dope.
Yes.
I got a bunch
rock
of those.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that stuff just doesn't take on stink.
yeah.
Especially if you're applying deodorant a couple times a day.
Communal deodorant.
Communal
Hair
deodorant. I mean, you look down and be like, that's not the color of my hair. Well,
deodorant.
whatever. What's funny is when
Do you trust everyone to apply deodorant in only the same places you did?
ew, yeah, what? No, of course.
Just checking. Just checking.
I mean, I would gold bond up the nutsack
sure.
and then communal deodorant on the way out the door.
Couple under the arms, one down the butt crack. Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like an Axe commercial.
But with solid deodorant.
Yeah. Putting that shit on
Put it on like a sunscreen,
Yeah.
just covering it.
That's about it.
Have you seen there's a women's deodorant that is marketed for using everywhere, and it is one of the weirdest commercials I've ever seen.
Like a roll on your entire body thing?
It's like a lotion, but it's like they say it's private parts deodorant for use over your whole body. And the girl's like, you can use it on your feet, on your underarms, and like she's like hinting to like other places, and I'm like, that is weird
Not
shit.
seen that.
What the hell? But what's it called?
I don't recall. I'll have to Google it, but it's weird. It's very
Put
weird.
deodorant, purint, vajoderant. Yeah, vajoderant. That's got to be the name. That's it. I was working
You're in
through
marketing.
it. I was working through it in my head.
You're in marketing.
Like, I got some vajoderant.
Does Loom deodorant sound?
That's it.
Oh, man. What
There-
did you Google to find it that way?
Women's deodorant.
Women's all over body
Yeah.
deodorant. And their tagline is natural deodorants for anywhere on your body.
The commercial is
They're doctor
weird.
developed.
The commercial
Oh,
is weird.
thank God.
It's got like a girl in yoga pants, like doing all these weird poses, talking about how you can put the deodorant anywhere you want.
I'm sorry, I can't read that.
I would like to watch that commercial
I'll see if I can
Once we
find it.
wrap it up,
in virtual reality.
yes,
Yes.
we got to wrap it up.
Oh, dude, this is too much time.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get to any topics.
Well, we'll get there next week.
Well, we hit on the WNBA and
Yeah.
Upper Captiva, North
Everybody stopped
Captiva.
listening after that.
Gotcha, bitches. There's gold behind that. And if you drop ITPH in the coupon code at bajodorant.com,
No, it's loomdeodorant.com.
Did you not
No
fix
free plugs.
The ICP
Bajodorant.
yet?
I have not fixed the
We've been getting hit up. You've got to fix that.
I've gotten multiple calls.
Yes.
Apply anywhere you have odor. Think pits, under boobs, belly buttons, tummy folds, butt cracks, thigh creases, vulvas, balls, and feet.
Balls are
Balls.
in there.
I'm reading this verbatim.
That's 2022. Women have balls.
Ah, my nards.
65,000 5-star reviews.
My
Yeah, 45,000.
Well, you don't like when your belly
threes.
button, your vulva, and your balls all smell. That's not good.
But I also don't want them to all smell the same.
Good point.
You know, and be like, huh, your neck smells a lot like a vagina.
I don't think that's the scent they're going for.
Oh, what flavor is it?
Flavor.
It just occurred to me that it just made everything else smell like vagina. That
They've
way.
got clean tangerine, coconut crush, cucumber melon, lavender sage, pink peony, sandalwood
Cabbage
citrus, silver spruce unscented, or warm vanilla.
Cabbage creeper sounds like something you caught
Don't
while
want-
you were
yeah,
on that.
exactly.
Did you get the cabbage creeper while you were down there?
no.
Oh, no.
Late night, I was out in the mangroves.
Got
The cabbage creeper came up and got me.
Got that cabbage creeper. It's heartbreaking. Fortunately, I put some Vagisil under my nose. I think that's what it's for.
Oh my god.
I got to douche my armpits. And communal douche. Everybody's clean.
All right, I'm back out on the guys trip. Not doing it.
It's right there with communal deodorant.
Yeah, but I
think
was
they're wildly different.
I was joking about the communal douche. So I'm like, jeez. Fat Durst was a communal douche.
Always hogging that one barred stool.
Yeah, dude, he's always in the same corner bar stool. Hey, what are the odds? Fat Durst is here. And I'd go for one drink. That dude he was there all. I mean, he was never not there.
Yeah. Opener and a closer.
He's a hero.
He's the real deal. He
About
must
that life.
He's about a different life than me. I mean, we run parallel, but we break
diverge
off.
at some
yeah,
point.
at some point, there's a fork in the road. He takes the path most travel.
Oh, geez.
Damn. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Not sure where that all went.
Where does it all go?
If you go to Bajodorant, put ITPH in the coupon code, you get twice as much Bajodorant. That's how that works. It's a buy one, get one.
It's not Shell Daddy. That's not the coupon code.
Oh, that's a good coupon code.
Sean,
Shell.
listen for a second.
I do need to talk to him. I got to get that coupon because I'm getting hit up a lot, and I just haven't. But that's why he's not getting a plug. Sean works for no name, some company that we're not familiar with.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not giving any plugs this
Yeah.
week.
No free ad.
Adrenaline Fishing,
Yeah. Other
Captain
than
Richie,
that,
Nico
you-
Price is dead.
Captain Bill, Cabbage Key. I mean, we've done a lot
Yeah, those are the plugs right there. And avoid Gemma and Duncan.
at all costs.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. Also, don't forget you can donate to us at Venmo at Inside the Pallet House on Venmo.
Oh,
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
that's so hard to friend a button.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there, point, click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Hey, Troy, can you hand me that Bajodorant?
When I'm done using it.
It's communal Bajodorant.
Is there another kind?
Any crack in a storm, right? Oh, baby, I must have just got it from that communal Bajodorant. I didn't do nothing. Nothing.